the 3.6 in that model number means it's 36,000 BTUs, so it's 3 tons. This is Boonville, Mississippi. Just went through and wet this with my finger. 0110695127. It's probably 1969. I think the house was built in 69 or 70. Here's a model 36 RAC 1S8 TC. R22, of course, 5.6 pounds. And you can tell it's R22 because it's basically got a big suction line. But what's really weird on this is there's no disconnect at all. And then there's no surface valves that you can get at without taking the cover off. So they've got, this is bizarre, this is VX they've run on the liquid line, and that's so they could bend this. And they did that on the inside unit too, which is kind of strange. But they put the copper line inside a piece of VX, electrical VX, to do the bend. And I guess that's how the installer did it back in 1970. So this is hot, this is the liquid line going into the house. And this is the suction line, which is really cold. But you can't just throw a set of gauges on there. You got to go inside of this and take the cover off. So the question is, how are you going to be able to hook a set of gauges up? This is cooling the house real well, but if you want to see if it was a tad low or high, you got to pull the cover off and then hook the gauges on, and then somehow run this with without put a space or something on here. So I'm not sure how that was. They did that back in the day. Unless you try to run them through here, sneak the hose through this, I guess you could do that. Feed it through. Yeah, I guess you could do that. Feed the hose through here, hook it up to the valves, and then put the cover back on. And then run it. Strange. So the 3.6 in that model number means it's 36,000 BTUs, so it's 3 tons. This is Boonville, Mississippi. And this really hasn't had any service since 1994, except I put new condenser fan motor on it and put in a new set of wires to connect from the compressor. But it's got the original capacitor, run cap, and the original cap, I believe, on the fan. I think this is just bizarre that you can't just like put a set of gauges on here. 3.6 RAC 1. Either looks like 1S8T-C. I believe the 69 in there is the 69 date code. And of course the 3.6 is, you divide by 12, so that would be 3 tons. I've never put a set of gauges on this unit. This is on a friend's house, and it cools pretty well. And I almost like to go ahead and cut a hole through here, an access hole. And here, some of my own notes I put is actually May 2016, so I'm a little bit rusty on here. Oh, I did put a cap. I guess I fibbed. I put a new fan cap, but then I didn't put left the same run cap on there. Put a D7907 fan motor, 10 to 25 RPM, and put a new cap on. But to just shows how your memory can be rusty. Now if you do this with something like pencil, actually pencil is really good because it doesn't fade or anything. Better almost than a Sharpie. I guess they use beer can cold technology. The Armaflex on this needs to be replaced or new piece put on. This is actually fairly warm because this is the DER, and this is probably from that era, probably 8 if I had to guess. Generally around 8. And I've actually cleaned this off once a couple years ago with a hose, cleaned the coils and everything when I had the fan up cover. Now that rattling in there is actually the suspension that holds the motor, and I've gone in there and moved it around and stuff to get it not to do that, but it's just it probably technically needs a new fan because I think the fan's got some, it rubbed at one time with the old motor and it's got some little bit of imbalance on it. But this really isn't used very much, so it may probably be replaced at the house of itself. So to work on this, you go into the fuse box in the service room and you pull the fuses, and I'll show that here in a second. This is one of these is for the air conditioner here. You pull this out. That's the house main fuse, 200 amps. And then these are the screw-in fuses. One of these is for the oven. I believe it's this one. Yeah. I believe the smaller one's for the oven. This is for the air conditioner. The oven's kind of a puny oven. It's kind of puny wires for an oven. This is the air handler. Got BX run around the suction line. We are going to turn this off. Let me double check it's off. Okay, we're off. That's a strange setup. They use BX to bend the suction lines in the liquid lines.